Hey, good morning, my friends. It is so great to be back with you all again. It is the Friedman Adventures morning briefing. Good morning to you all. So much going on, and I'll get you caught up on it all. Hey, let me just first of all take you down south of the border to Loreto, Baja California Sur, where there's some good yellowtail fishing going on down there in Loreto. Really nice bite for Andrew Deal from Westminster, California. Andrew's a friend of mine and sent these photos of him and his brother Phil catching yellows around Isla Coronado. For those of you who've never made the journey south to Loreto, it still maintains that sense of a small Mexican town. Not as touristy as Cabo, and the fishing there can be absolutely wonderful. They're fishing deep with big torpedoes, like 12-ounce torpedoes, 60-pound, and giant mackerel for bait down there, and they're doing pretty darn well. So a little check down there in that neck of the woods. Ensenada, we're still south of the border, this time only 60 miles, where the San Diego fleet is fishing, and some of the boats, of course, the one-day guys, are short of that. Still really marvelous, excellent bluefin tuna fishing. Talking to some of my friends like Arnie Sport Fishing out of Ensenada, he said it's phenomenal and big fish, 40 to 80 pound stuff now. Still have fish over the 100-pound mark. Remarkable fishing going on. The overnight boats have been putting the wood to them. There's no doubt about it, with mostly limit style fishing on these fish, 2 fish per rod, and you might want to bump that fluorocarbon up a little bit at this point in time. The fish seem to be getting bigger. We were suggesting 30 to 40 pound. A lot of guys are fishing 60-pound fluoro because you're running into a bigger grade of fish. And after all, you don't want to be that guy that everybody's waiting on trying to catch your fish. So I think bumping it up, or at least bringing 60 pound. If the fish are finicky, you can go to that lighter stuff. Overnight boats again out of San Diego, just as good as it could possibly get. And they have nice weather down there. They have not been cursed by all this wind, which is a great thing. The one-day boats, and I'm talking about the boats that leave at 6 a.m., fish till 6 p.m., they're on this fish also. Grande, San Diego, Malahini, all those guys are getting in on that. Sinker fishing is also very productive right now. So a sinker fishing rig, and then when you're fishing the iron, the smaller jigs still seem to be the most effective, but now we're seeing some more fish taken on those larger flat falls and knife jigs and that kind of thing. But that 100 to 200, 250 grams seems to be working best of all in terms of getting a bite. A few more fish starting to come on the bigger jigs. We're going to keep our eyes on that for you very closely. Coronado Islands are showing some signs of life. There's no doubt about that. Most of the guys are offshore because how can you pass an opportunity to catch these giant bluefin tuna, especially during this time of the year? By that I mean, historically, we're not offshore until July out of San Diego. Historically speaking, not take the last 7 years and throw them out, but right now, it's just, as far as I'm concerned, looking at the big picture, a remarkable time. Still, Coronado Island yellowtail starting to bite a little bit better. There's fish zooming all through the islands there, and the water is starting to clean up and warm up. That is starting to look much better. Let's keep our fingers crossed on that one. San Clemente Island. Well, as we've been describing to you, springtime, with the exception of that bluefin bite, man, we have very few down days. But springtime, you step on the gas, it looks like it's on, and then it backs off. Certainly for the Pride, who had all those halibut and big yellows the other day, it looked like possibly the season was ready to rip and we'd have consistent fishing, but it's up and down at Clemente. Jeff over there on the Thunderbird out of Davies Locker, he had some nice big yellows also, and the Freedom is going again tonight. Tino Valentine will be on those yellows. There's dropper loop fish, there's yo-yo iron fish, so when they're deep, and a lot of times they are right now, you want to have 60-pound rigs to fish that stuff with, match the fluorocarbon to what you have on your reel, and you'll be in really good shape. But a lot of times, what the guys are trying to do is exploit those squid nests over there. There's squid nests, and of course, we've talked about it so much, but that is the magnet. Of course, that's the McDonald's or the Taco Bell or wherever you prefer to dine. That's the magnet that draws all those game fish in, and again, we've seen some really great fishing at times, and then it backs off a little bit. A lot of halibut, that's going to be on that squid. Sea bass is going to be on that squid, and yellowtail. And those yellows are getting really fat. They've been gorging on that squid all winter long. I mean, we have some fish up there to 40 and above. That is Guadalupe Island size yellows. I mean, that also remarkable. And if the guys have time, they can load you up on some whitefish, sheep's head, rockfish, that kind of thing. So Clemente still looking good. However, it is up and it is down. So keep that in mind. It'll settle in when that water gets up over 60 and stays there for a consistent time period. Then I think you're going to see that place really turn on consistently. Still pretty good bite going on there. Catalina Island, really nice fishing going on the rockfish, sheep's head, whitefish, and now an occasional flurry on the yellowtail. That water's starting to clean up there, and it's also starting to warm up. We had that blow recently, and that just knocked conditions down, but they're starting to recoup in the pursuit with some yellows the other day, and also the rockfish and whitefish. So that is a very good signal and sign. Fingers are crossed right now. Very nice weather where the sea bass have been biting in the Channel Islands this morning. It's going to be a little breezy until the weekend when it's really going to start to blow again. But for the most part, we've got a window of opportunity, and I suspect that we're going to see some good sea bass counts here later on in the day. Stay tuned for that. We'll continue to monitor that very, very closely for you all. Surf fishing is starting to pick up. Yesterday, I was fishing down there around Anderson and PCH. What a day that was. Eddie Leland, old Captain Eddie Leland, he's been on here. I highly recommend you go back and listen to some of his podcasts because he's such a knowledgeable guy. Well, I got Eddie to come down, and then an old school chum of mine. I went to grammar school with Bob Gifford. In fact, I was a speaker at the KC Anglers Club. Shout out to all the great people there at KC. What a great club that is. But I was a speaker there, and two guys, Nick Acosta and Bobby Gifford, saw that I was going to be a speaker and showed up. And man, I hadn't seen those guys for 25 years or something like that. So we renewed our friendships, and we've been doing some surf fishing together. So we were fishing the surf in that area when Bobby walks up to me and says, "Hey, you know how to get this out?" And he had the treble hook just right through. I mean, the barb was pretty deep inside there. So I said, Lucky Craft, yeah, go see Eddie. He's better at this. So I held the jig. Eddie did the trick with the fishing line, yanked it out. Very little pain, very little scar. Good job, Eddie. And Bob Gifford lived to fight another day. Speaking of Eddie, he lost a beautiful spot fin, big spot fin croaker right there in the surf. We got to look at it. Yours truly had 3 bat rays. I was the bat ray king yesterday. And Bobby caught his hand. That's what he caught yesterday. Improving all the time. Grunion run tonight. We see more halibut being taken in the surf, some more yellowfin croaker being taken in the surf. We see those spot fin croaker getting into the counts along the beaches right now. So surf fishing is definitely starting to pick up, and we absolutely love that. So we'll keep our eyes on that for you very closely also. Now, one more thing I've got to tell you, that tonight we have a live podcast with Darren Dohe. I can't wait to have Darren on. He's going to talk about rod building. Of course, he's a great fisherman. He's a great guy. That's really the bottom line here. You're going to enjoy him. You're going to enjoy learning more about him, get some of his great fishing tips, and learn how easy it is for you to build your own rod and how fulfilling it is to build a rod with your hands and then to take it out and catch a fish. It's really a great feeling. So Darren, tonight, 7 p.m. live, you can send in questions. You can ask him questions. Our Patreon members, we're going to give out some free gifts tonight. So it's really going to be a great show. Can't wait to have Darren on. May the 15th is our jig fishing casting workshop, and you want to be there. It's a Sunday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. It's going to be at Recreation Park in Long Beach at the casting pond, right there near the golf course, and it should be a really nice morning. If you just want to come down and have a cup of coffee, you're more than welcome to do that. We can chat about that. If you're a beginner, perfect. You have your son or daughter, they want to learn a little bit about casting. We got all the guys from 540 Slingers Club. We've got the guys from Island Fishing Tackle in Carson, California. It is going to be a great seminar and a great deal of fun. It's hands-on. They're going to have rods and reels for you to try. You can bring your own rod and reel if you want, or just come down. And they've got a bunch of rods and reels for you to test and try and see what you like the best. Should be a really lovely day. And then in the afternoon, or really the morning still, 11:30 in the morning, a 5-minute drive away on 4th Street, we're going to go to Scholb's. And over there, we're going to have the after party. It's going to rage on until the late afternoon, probably, because I go to bed early. So over there with Chef Jason, who's doing all our cooking tips and cooking recipes here on Friedman Adventures. It should be a lot of fun. And if you can't make the morning and you can make the afternoon or vice versa, it'll be great to see you there. You want to join us on a Friedman Adventures charter, you can sign up there. We're going to raffle off a nice reel. It should be a remarkable day. And one more thing to mention to you, and that is May the 22nd. Few spots left on the Island Spirit Ventura Sport Fishing full day trip, leaving at 6 a.m., returning at 5 p.m., and that's going to be a lot of fun. For $125, you can't beat the adventure. I'll be there to shoot a video and to help you along the way, and I'm so looking forward to fishing with Cody Rogers out of Ventura Sport Fishing. You know, Ventura Sport Fishing has been doing such a great job customer relations-wise. They know how to treat people, number one, and number two, everybody at that place, capable, wonderful fishermen. I highly recommend you get up to Ventura Sport Fishing and give it a try. 805-676-3474. Say hi to Brittany or say hi to Saul there in the office from me. They're great people, and it is a great landing. All right, so there's a phone number. Text me if you want to get on that trip on the 22nd. You know how to get out of Ventura Sport Fishing before that. I suspect you're going to see some sea bass activity here in the next 72 hours or so up there in the Channel Islands. All right, that's it. Sounds like a great day. Should be a lot of great stuff happening. Matt Schlurf is on board the Pride there out of 22nd Street Landing. I'm hoping he'll drop in and interrupt Darren and I just for a moment to give us an update on what happened on board the Pride today at San Clemente Island. So much to watch out there. And once again, you folks are driving our statistics through the roof. It's really remarkable, the great support we're getting from you. And I can't express my gratitude enough to you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. Big day today. Live broadcast tonight and so much more. Have a great morning. Have a great cup of coffee or an orange juice or a cup of tea or whatever it is you like. And we'll see you back here again really soon.